I always got to make sure the Harley is all the way topped off because the fuel pump on these is right in the middle, so if you don't have a full tank, it dies on a wheelie. You don't want that. You don't want your bike to die, of course, on a wheelie because you slam down really hard and that's not fun. Alright guys, we are on the Harley today, and what the hell are we doing? For the second time now, I asked you guys what are some questions you have for me on my Instagram. And today on this vlog, I'm going to give you 100% uncensored answers. And I do my best to get to all the questions in the comments, but when you have hundreds of videos and they all have hundreds of comments on them with questions and stuff like that, it's sometimes hard. So I'm going to start trying to make videos like this and even integrating them into like regular ride videos and regular Hood Eats videos and answering some of your guys' questions, because I know from the outsider looking in, stunt riding has a lot of questions. I haven't done a video on this girl in a long time, but man, am I getting comfortable on it. Heading down to the south side right now. I'm going to go meet up with a couple of the bike life guys today. I am 100% going to be the only Harley out, I promise you that. Before I get started answering questions, down in the description, I'm going to list some of the questions I answer. That way you guys can skip ahead or skip back to some questions or something like that that you might want the answer for. For anyone who wants to see Chicago streets, this is it. Look at this pothole city of crap. Look at that. Oh my God. Hello, Mr. Police. Mr. 08_6R asks, what made you get into Harleys? Well, I think just like every bike that I've gotten into, I of course started with sport bikes. I just wanted to try something different. I think I went from sport bikes, and then I got a mini bike, and then I got a Harley, and then I got into like the dirt bike supermoto thing. Pure curiosity. You know, you do something on one bike, you want to feel how it is on another bike. Every bike is cool in its own way, especially for me as a content creator. It lets me reach a different audience. As a stunt rider, it lets me, you know, get into different scenes and see different people that, you know, might not associate with the regular sport bike stunt rider or the regular, you know, supermoto stunt rider. Because there's those guys that only ride supermotos and that is it, and they know the guys in the supermoto scene and that is it. And the same thing goes for Harley. So that is the reason I originally got a Harley. This is of course my second one. This is a 2016 Roadster 1200. Absolutely love. Yesterday was a huge day for me. I actually did some of my first stoppies on this bike, which I was like super hype about. Still doing quite a bit of fine tuning to it because I want to be able to like roll like, you know, not a 500 or anything like that, but I want to be able to roll a little bit of distance. So yeah, I think that's the main reason I got into Harleys. I have been able to jump on a couple guys' bikes. You know, I was able to jump on Seabears, Joe's Harleys a couple times, so they were kind of the ones that got me hooked on it in the first place. Art down here on 26th Street is so cool, man. Look at the little cat with the bolt cutters. Second gear pulls up nice on this thing. Little foot drag. More rough roads. Holy shit. Holy shit. Professional idiot. I like your username, man. Asks, how the Busa coming along? As you guys know, I bought a Hayabusa back in February. Yeah, so it's been about 3 months now, and I immediately started ordering parts for it. And one of the first parts I ordered was a triple tree to allow me to mount up dirt bike bars from Germany, because a lot of the parts, you know, the weird parts and stuff like that are coming from overseas for a bike that's not really commonly stunted. If you guys didn't know, I'm building a Drift Hayabusa stunt bike. I'm gonna make a video or two on it and then give it away to one of the patrons. It's coming along good though, man. I already got the front tire, the steel lines. I just now got the triple. I just got the dirt bars. So I got a lot of the parts in now. I'm still waiting on the gearing. And I think after the gearing, we're pretty much done with the parts list, man. It's not going to be that crazy of a parts list. It's ready to go right now, as is. Super excited to start making some drift videos on it. Holy shit. Alexander Green 150 asks, what do your parents think? What do your parents think? I'm gonna assume that you mean of me being, you know, a stunt rider on YouTube or whatever. First year or so, man, of riding, period, you know, when I was back in high school, my mom was a little bit hesitant, of course. Definitely has their worries, as any parent would. You know, it's a dangerous thing to do, ride motorcycles on the street, period. She had her worries, but she was very supportive. You know, she got me into BMX racing and, you know, pretty much put us into that extreme sports world on two wheels in the first place. So my mom has always been really supportive of me. What are you doing? BC21. How often do you blow fork seals from wheelies and other stunts? That's a question right up there that I get like with how often do you blow the clutch? And my answer is hardly ever. All my seals, besides the 0304, I think I've changed the 0304 once, are OEM. I just keep the fork tubes clean, the shiny part. That is the biggest, that's the biggest thing with fork seals blowing, is dirt getting in there. So if those are clean, that is 99% of your battle. It doesn't matter if you're slamming down or not. The only reason it matters, you know, guys blow their fork seals out when they slam down, is that there is dirt on the tubes. When they slam down, that dirt is forced into the seal. So if you're running stuff like shock socks, like what I run on all my bikes, besides the Harley, I need to get them for the Harley actually, it'll last a long time. And whenever you clean your bike, you take those shock socks off and you wipe down the tubes really good, you're good to go, man. It's a great investment. I'm not sponsored by them or affiliated with them in any way. Ed Peace 11 asks, what made you get into stunt riding? The original thing that got me into, like, interested in wheelies and stuff like that, I was actually with my dad at the time in his Corvette. We were in Ohio, right outside of Akron, I think, and he punched this Corvette from the light. You know, he had this Vet for a little bit, punched it from the light, and we're, you know, cruising. We're probably going like, you know, 70, whatever. This sport bike, I think it was like a Gixxer 600 or 750. Around Akron, maybe it was one of the Star Boys. I don't really know, but you know, I was young. I was like 12 at the time, and I thought we were going really fast in the Corvette, and this fucking bike passes us in a wheelie. And to a young kid, like, that sound and that passing, just that whole sight, like, that really, like, stuck with me as something that, like, man, that's what I want to do. This is awesome. This is so cool, you know? The freedom that guy had in that moment, definitely something I can see myself doing. You know, I'm 12 years old, so at the time I didn't have the funds or, of course, the legality to buy a sport bike, so I started getting into pocket bikes and mini bikes and stuff like that, because I was into BMX at the time. But that's when I started getting into, you know, the mini bikes and stuff like that. See if we can pull one up. I've been working on coasters on this thing. Let's see if I can hit a hand drag really quick. Ever since I got this Lucky Dave seat to lock into. Woo! Just rock back and lock in. Alright, back to the questions. Eli Stunt asks, how do you feel knowing that you have influenced people to start stunt riding like me? I probably only got one word, man, and that's humbled. OGs like the Street Fighters, Britton and Rodney Sargent and Jesse Toller, like the OGs are some of the guys that really, really influenced me to start stunting. And for me to be anyone's influence, even one person's, is a huge, huge privilege to me. And I definitely do not take that lightly. And I try to be a good role model to a lot of the people that are getting into it, and try to tell them, you know, learn stuff in the lot, show them how to do stuff the right way the first time so they don't have to get hurt, learning some of the ways I did over the years. When I'm out and about and when I'm at the events, people come up to you and say, hey man, I bought this stunt bike because of your videos. It's like, holy shit. That's absolutely crazy. The internet is just crazy. I got onto YouTube in, what, like 2009 or 2008? Just posting some of my pocket bike videos when I was a kid, just starting to get into it, and never had the intention ever of, you know, influencing anyone other than tracking some of my bike videos. Wow. Out here right on the border of back of the yards in Englewood. It's a pretty rough area, but I don't come down to the south side as much as I should. Just a piece of living history, just fucked up. The real MVPs out here, man. Saving lives, fire department. From one of my brothers, Tipping Back asks, do you think you will reside in Chicago for your life, for the rest of your life? The answer right now, at least, is yes. Tried moving away from Chicago for a little bit, or kind of getting away, and down in California, and I came right back. You know, I know a lot of people ask, why the hell are you still here, man? But I don't know, there's something about just home. It's hard to say. But yeah, ever since I've been doing, you know, videos around Chicago, especially the Hood Eats series and stuff like that, I feel like a lot of people ask me that. Some people down in the comments, stuff like that. When are you gonna, you know, leave? I feel like a lot of people just expect anyone doing YouTube to move to LA, buy a Tesla, and, you know, make videos out there. But I don't know. I tried California, I've tried other places, I travel quite a bit, and I keep coming home. Something about the people, something about the atmosphere, the riding scene out here, second to none. So yeah, right now, Tippin', I got my roots too far dug into the ground here in Chicago for me to think about moving somewhere else. So for now, no. Later in life, maybe. This thing for a Harley has got amazing brakes. That was always the biggest thing that I feel like my silver bike was lacking was brakes. Like the front brakes on a single disc Harley like that with a, you know, very small suspension is just not the move. Because you can still get cruising on a Harley really fucking fast. And like you go to hit the brakes and it's like, oh shit, doesn't do that much. So for this Harley out of that front end is nice. Rico Stunts asks, what did you do for work before YouTube except the military? Except the military, man, I really just did the whole high school thing. You know, I did some odd jobs here and there, you know, helped out around the house, did my chores, but to be honest, bro, like as far as a real job, I guess I never really had one. You know, I helped the family business on my summers off. You know, I've helped out at a couple motorcycle shops for a week or two, but dude, I've never really held a real job besides the military and YouTube. And you know, in the Marines, especially in the sniper platoon, how I was, you kind of were responsible for yourself, and once you were a team leader, kind of the 6 guys you were in charge of, but these are grown men. So in between that and YouTube, I've kind of always been an independent entrepreneur and independent person, I guess. You know, if something's not going right or whatever, you got yourself to look at. And south side down here is just pretty abandoned, man. A lot of empty lots, a lot of boarded up homes. I found them boys.
He's not riding.
What?
Well, it started raining out here. I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't think we gonna do shit.
Alright guys, we got the legendary Moosey Main. Got my man Ramsey and his guy Chris. Guy in Vegas asked, what is your all-time favorite video you made and edited? I don't know if I have an all-time favorite video. I definitely have an all-time favorite series. I love Hood Eats. It's probably the easiest video for me to make, and it's one of the videos that you guys most enjoy, because I obviously ride in Chicago and I eat because I'm a human being, so it's really easy for me as a content creator to produce that stuff for you. I love history. I've always been a history buff. So I'd probably say Hood Eats, just the series in general. I definitely have a couple of my favorite videos from Hood Eats. But just that series, introducing so many people to the culture out here in my home city, has definitely been one of the highlights of my channel. And yeah, that's my favorite series and videos I make. Definitely Hood Eats. I love food too. Food and history. With the triple OGs of Chicago right here. Both of them getting close to the big 5-0, 50 years old. It's always funny seeing all the combos on the quads. You know, not a lot of guys have handbrakes on the quads, so. My guy getting his hair braided on the bus stop. What the hell's going on?
I gotta get that handbrake on.
Yeah, a U.S. Navy veteran. My oath has no expiration date. I like that, buddy. Alright guys, I rode the Roadster for a little bit. I answered a bunch of questions that a lot of people had for me. Had a blast. I know I only got to a couple. I'm going to keep doing these, like I said, integrating them into regular videos. Really do appreciate you guys staying here with the channel, hanging out with me. If you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, make sure to smash the like. And if I didn't get to your question, leave it down in the comments below. I do my best to respond to as many of them as humanly possible. As always, guys, please respect life, look out for one another when you're out in the streets, and be safe. This is your least favorite motovlogger, Brian636, getting out of here from the south side of Chicago. I love y'all. Peace.